And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Minecraft, working on our reactor setup. Last episode, we got all the autocrafts ready to go, and if I do a reactor there, we've got the 32 ludocrite blocks done. That took the longest. I crafted up a couple thousand iron in the meantime, but yeah, this process took the longest right there. And there are ways that we will eventually be able to craft that with just millions of buckets of that resin ender. So that's, the name of the builders pack is progressing and, getting to a point where fewer and fewer resources are a problem. And so right now it's all about power. And so we're going to want a little bit of power. And to do that, we are going to start a reactor. So to get started, I want 2 stacks of reactor casing. Get those started. Oh, that's going to finish real quick. I'm going to actually grab those. I want 2 stacks on me. Let's put some of this stuff away that I don't need in the immediate future. Okay, and I also want 2 stacks. Oh, do I need 2? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try only 1 stack, because it's a lot. It's a lot of materials going into all these. So I wanna sort of protect the system here. So there's a stack of reactor glass. I might need more of that, but I can craft it as needed. I want like 10 more reactor casings so I can craft the reactor controller. Just like so. Reactor controller. Good to go. I'm going to have 8 control rods. So there's the 8 control rods. I need 24 fuel rods. There's 24 of those. I need a redstone port. And I need, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 9 coolant ports. Okay, that pretty much, let's see, let's go through here. Oh, I need 2 access ports. Almost forgot about my access ports. Okay, that is the gist of the reactor right there. So you can see, just we'll line 2 stacks of reactor casing, a stack of glass, 8 control rods, 24 fuel rods, a redstone port, 9 coolants, 2 access, and a controller. That pretty much rounds out the reactor itself. So let's go start that up. Let's time this. Let's space this out. I want to build a reactor on this side of the wall here. So the reactor itself is, how far out do we want to do this? If we have to dig into that wall a little bit, I'm not going to be sad about that. So let's put the center, like right there. Okay, the reactor is going to be on its base 7 by 7. So there's 3 on that side. Whoa, that was a hitch and a half. Oh, let's take that 3 by 3 out, because that would cause serious problems eventually. There we go. Okay, so that's the center. So 2, 3. So that should be 7 across. And we want 7 on this side. It is really dark down here. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, inside of here, we are going to want 3 coolant ports. And we'll get back to those in a second. I want to fill the rest of this in with casing. Okay. Then it's going to be 5 high. So 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you want your edges to be, and I know that's really dark. I'll put some torches up there in a second. Okay, so let's put a torch there on my corners, just for illumination purposes. So you want your edges to be the reactor casing. So the controller, we can slap right down here in the corner. The access ports, well, we've got the Fluix cable right here. So if we plan on that, let's put the access ports right up there. And we're going to want more coolant ports. These are the coolant ports for the turbines. We're going to put one of these in each of these outside corners. Okay. And we want a redstone port somewhere. Let's put it right there. Why not? Now, the reactor fuel rods. We're going to do a little donut in here of the fuel rods. And I don't know why these glow, but they put off light for whatever reason. So we're going to do a little bit of a donut inside here. And then on top of those go your control rods. Okay. That, other than the glass, is all you need to do for the reactor. The other thing we're going to want is the extreme wrench. Yes, it's extreme. Let's get a couple yellow wool and get the extreme wrench. This is, you can't use any other wrench other than this one. Okay, so this, the way that this works, you can see the arrows pointing into the box. Imagine the box is the reactor. So this is inserting into the reactor. If we right click that, now we have blue arrows coming out. So that box is the reactor. So this is the export. Same thing with the fluid. We have the blue arrows going in, which is input into the reactor. We want to slap one of these. There's a red coming out. That's export from the reactor. So, you know, just slap one of these on each side with the wrench, and then you can go ahead and fill in with the reactor glass. The ones on the bottom, the fluid ports on the bottom, leave those as blue. You don't want to change those. Those are inputs. So the edges get the glass. Oh, shift right click on that. I don't want to right click there. And then as soon as this is done, it will change. It will like get all prettified. But first we need, in the gap here, we need some sort of coolant. You can put water in there. There's a near endless number of things that you can do with these reactors. It's crazy. So rather than go through and explain all of the nitty-gritty formulas that go into there, because some of it I don't even understand how they do it, we are going to put a coolant in there that is a super cold fluid. And you guessed it, we are going to use that gelid cryothium. And if the math is right, the outside here is exactly 16 blocks. So that's 16, 32, 48 plus 3. So that's 51 buckets of gelid cryothium. Well, I've got one already, so let's just do 50 buckets. And I can put the reactor that away. I can put that away. Let's clear up my inventory because I am going to need some space for some stuff. So I don't need the wrench for now. I don't need my axe or this. The reactor glass can go away. The sandstone can go away. I don't need my sword at the moment. I just want to have as much stuff as much inventory space as possible for this process. I don't even need my backpack, but I can't put my backpack inside my backpack. That would be kind of weird. Okay, so we need, well, it is currently processing. So I know I crafted exactly how many I need. So let's just start with 16. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this should get me around all the way around. But I need 3 for the center. Which reminds me, I need 1 reactor glass. So let me do the center really quick. This stuff is so cold. Watch this. Snow. Yep. And it falls, so it's really easy to put in. So there's the 3 for the center. I wanted to get those out of the way because I need to stand out there. So let's get rid of the snow. It's going to come back, but I just want to... So there is the cryotheum in the center, ready to go. Now the outsides, this is how I do the outside. Because it can be kind of confusing with the fluid falling and all that kind of stuff. So pick a corner and start at that corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't move your mouse. Double click that and just put the rest of them in there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't move your mouse. Double click the bucket so it pulls them all. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That should fill all that up. And if you did it right, it should all be still. The fluid on the top should all be still if you did it right. It takes a little bit of practice, but it works great. So I need cryotheum again. Oh, C-R-Y-O. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So the next 16 ready to go. So 1, 2, 6. Double click. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have 4 left. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, the fluid should be completely still on the top surface. I've done this enough. Well, I need 1 more bucket. Why are you taking so long? Scheduled 18. Oh, it's crafting. Ah, I know what's happening. I need to go up to the crusher and sort. And I don't have any upgrades in him. I need 8 of you, 8 of you, and 4 of you because you're just loud. You're loud, sir. First, get the muffling in there. And then do some energy. If you do speed before energy, you can kind of run into problems. So yeah, this is processing gunpowder for me into niter to make the cryotheum to actually make the gelid cryotheum. So kind of important to have this up and running and fast. I forgot to upgrade this in between episodes. So yeah, now this system is going to be fast. So the gelid cryotheum, oh, wrong direction. That should be done. Let's C-R-Y-O. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. So last row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, should all be still on the top. It is, so we did it right. Yay! Now we need the last reactor glass, and we need like 3 more. Literally only 3 more glass covers it up. And if you did it right, if you built it right, placing the last block should change the textures. It should all bind together, and it should show that you are indeed the master of reactors. Now, one last step for optimal efficiency of this thing. These control rods actually allow you to control the fuel that you put in and limit how much is being burnt up. So with this design that I'm doing today, is a very efficient design. It's like 480% efficient once it's all running. But we need to set 6 of these to 20%. So I just go along the top and bottom rows and set these to 20%. Make sure that's 20. And then the middle ones get to 10%. And that sort of limits the fuel, limits the burn, and just gets you a little bit more optimized. Any more insertion of the rods will lower the amount of steam you're producing. And the name of the game with the reactor and turbines is steam. All right, the last step. Yes, you guessed it. There still is more to do. But the reactor itself is done. We can right-click on this guy, and it's done. It's ready to go. It doesn't have any fuel, obviously, and we can't do anything with it yet because there's no turbines on it. But the reactor itself is good to go. So we want 3 more sinks. We want some super duper laminar fluid ducts, and I want to do like 10 more of these. And then we want some servos. And we want some bricks, because I'm going to dig down here. And how about a elevator? E-L-E-V. Oh, we don't have those. E-L-E-V. I want to do a pink one. Oh, we don't have any pink wool? That's strange.
It is kind of strange.
Okay, pink elevator. Because I want to dig down here. I want to get underneath. Remember those fluid ports we talked about put on the bottom? Yeah, that's what we're going for right now. Those fluid ports. Ooh, look at that, some diamond. So I want to use. I hear the bubbling of lava, and it's concerning me. Okay. It is a concern. Okay, so I should be able to find those fluid ports down here. Once I do, there they are. I think are we on the edge? No, we're basically in the middle. So that's the center one. I kind of want to put the 3x3 in, but you gotta be super extra careful when you do that. Because you can easily pop things you don't want to pop. Hey, look at that, some Aurymn. I'll take that. So the drippies that you see, that is the cryotheum above there. It knows that there's liquid up there, and it's saying, "Hey, I'm gonna drippy drip down." There's the other one. Okay, so now that we know where those things are, we can sort of square off the room and say, okay, obviously, let me grab my dev null here. I actually upgraded the dev null to like max level. So yeah, I want to get this And then I want to put the elevator here, I think. Is that enough? No, one more down, I think. Oops. Okay, let's pop. Let's just square this room off. Shift, by the way, cancels out your 3x3 on your. So in here, so this elevator matches right up with that one. So we have a way in and out. I need a sink. Well, one more to come across. I don't know where that lava sound is coming from, but it's concerning. So I want the superlaminar fluid duct right up underneath here. Because we need to push a lot of water in here. Let me grab a few more of these. Okay. Do we want one more? Why not? Just so we can place the sinks right on the ground. And then use my bricks. Like so. And then one sink here, and then here, and then here. Now you might be able to do this with 2 sinks, maybe even 1, but I just don't risk it. I don't want my thing to run out of goodies, run out of fuel, or coolant, I should say. Just make the room look nice. Kind of square it off here. Because we don't ever need to come back down here, ever. So it's not super important to make it look perfect, but it's just nice to. And it's super dark, so we're gonna do that. Why are you going? Oh no. I need to go back one more. Basically, like so. Not the most perfect situation, but you know, it'll work. Sort of a utility room, per se. The underground, underneath the reactor. We want to make sure we get as little drippies as possible, though. There we go. There. Good to go. Reactor should be completely full of water. Okay, that takes care of the reactor. The reactor is more or less done and ready for fuel. So we are going to try to give it some fuel, and we need an export bus, and we need a crafting card. Doesn't really need acceleration cards. We also need an import bus. Okay, so export bus goes on the green. Oh, you saw that coming, didn't you? And then the import bus goes on the blue, because the blue is out from the reactor. The green is input to the reactor. And this one gets the crafting card. Okay, so Fluix cable. Connect you and you. I can basically come straight out from there. Like that. Now we want Yellorium. Let's craft one of these up. And now it should start crafting the Yellorium. As you can see, it's got one. There we go. There's 2 ingots. An ingot is 1,000 millibuckets. So an ingot is 1 bucket, unlike Tinker's, where an ingot is definitely not 1 bucket. Or maybe it is. I thought a block.
I'm pretty sure it is.
A bucket? No. Interesting. Because a bucket in Tinker's is like 140 millibuckets. So that's a weird conversion ratio. Because 1 ingot in Tinker's is definitely not 1,000 millibuckets of fluid. From everything I've seen in Tinker's. So it's actually crafting that up. If we go up here, you can see it's crafting that up. Acceleration cards would actually, create more. So I can actually kick off a craft of this, and it should fill this up pretty fast. Because it's going to have lots and lots of Yellorium to spit out. But it's not going to chew through Yellorium enough to warrant acceleration cards once the system is running. So you really don't need to do that. And there it is. It's full. It's ready to go. If you turn it on now, it's not going to produce any power. It does not produce power on its own. It is strictly to generate steam. But it is, I keep doing that. Let's not do that. It is ready for a turbine, and that is going to be next episode. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.